Where are we heading?
Arcadia.
Are we?
Somewhere up north. Ready, buddy? You ready, buddy? Ready to go on a trip?
Road tripping.
That's right, we're driving up to Maine. Our original plan when we took off work for the week was to sail over to Delaware, but when we checked the forecast, there was a bad storm approaching, so we decided to venture north instead. First, we stopped at Rocky Neck State Park in East Lyme, Connecticut for a little hiking break, grabbed a bite to eat at the engine room in Mystic, then stayed overnight in Mystic for some more maritime adventure in this beautiful town tomorrow. Thea went for some more morning swimming while we waited for the Mystic Seaport Museum to open. The museum is a recreation of the 19th century seafaring village that would have homed blacksmiths, rope makers, and shipwrights. There were so many beautiful boats, including a steamboat, lighthouse tender, oyster sloop, metallic life car, fireboat, and several fishing and whaling ships. The first out of the 4 vessels we boarded was fishing schooner L.A. Dutton, which is one of the few remaining vessels of her type in the United States of America. She was built in 1921 by Arthur D. Story in Essex, Massachusetts. She was used as a commercial fishing vessel continuously for more than 40 years, from George's Bank outside of Cape Cod to the Grand Banks off of Newfoundland. Next was veteran training ship Joseph Conrad, built in Copenhagen, Denmark in 1882, and was named George Stage. In 1905, she sank in a collision, but she was raised and repaired. In her 50 years of sailing, she's had around 4 different owners. Even became a yacht with luxury accommodations for some time, but she was above all a teacher of seamanship for more than 4,000 cadets. We next stepped aboard whale ship Charles W. Morgan, the last and the oldest American commercial whaling ship still afloat. She was built and launched in 1841 in New Bedford, Massachusetts. She embarked on 37 voyages, most lasting 3 years or more during her over 80-year whaling career. On deck were huge tripods used for converting blubber into whale oil, while below deck were the cramped living quarters for officers and men. Known as a lucky ship, the Morgan successfully navigated, crushing Arctic ice, hostile South Sea natives, countless storms, and Cape Horn roundings. Wow.
I would think. I hope they were. Well, I sure did.
The last vessel we boarded was the reproduction ship of Amistad. The Mendi captives from Sierra Leone, Africa, were faced with slavery, but were captured and towed into the port of New London, Connecticut in 1839. We loved Mystic, Connecticut, and can't wait to go back. Highly recommended for any fellow sailors. We continued on our adventure to Acadia National Park, crossing over the Penobscot Narrows Bridge, stopped for delicious Maine lobster rolls at Carrier's Mainly Lobster in Bucksport, then set up camp for the night at Balsam Cove Campground in Orland.
Yeah. Come here.
You close through the night. I won't let go until the sunrise. These open highways are calling our name.
We had a delicious breakfast at the Riverside Cafe in Ellsworth, and then we were off to the beautiful Acadia National Park. Yeah. Wow.
Oh man.
That's cool. So blue.
Look at that.
With those waves.
Look, this person has freaking giant boat ramp to get to whatever.
That house?
Yeah.
Oh, it's that high. I'm like, why is it all lopsided like that? To the water, buddy?
So much higher the parking lot is, like you can see the top of that rock out there, that island. Now we're seeing it like this.
Yeah.
Hey.
It was even more breathtaking than expected. The pictures and videos truly don't do it justice. The color blue of the water was so amazing. You only had a preview of the beautiful park from the one day of hiking we did. Watch it, bud.
Huh?
So watch it, bud.
There, dude. Come on.
Stay. It's fish.
Hey, up here.
Go, bud.
Up here.
Stay there. Slippery, huh? No, there's more water up here. The last trail we hiked was Great Head Trail. Little did we know when we started the trail it would end at Sand Beach, where dogs are prohibited. So instead of walking all the way around, Rob carried Theo across the whole beach until we got to the stairs. So technically Theo wasn't on the beach, right? After a quick break, we ventured over to the main street in Bar Harbor. It was a neat, dog-friendly town full of many shops and restaurants. Before we started heading home, we checked for any possible liveaboard boats, and I found two that were on the way home that we liked and that were in our price range. The first boat was a 44 Pearson Countess. The owner was a woman who taught women how to sail in the Caribbean. It was a beautiful boat, but we just couldn't see ourselves living on that one.
I guess this is salt water.
Is it? Just taking the video so I can remember.
Yeah.
I'd like to let any other dog owners know that this trip was on the fly, and we did not book anything ahead. In the afternoon or evening of every day, after we realized what towns we'd be staying near for the night, we would call the places for their availability, and then if they were dog friendly. It was a little more of a challenge, but I wouldn't say it was very hard. Of course, it was worth having our baby boy with us. We stopped for Theo to have a quick Massachusetts beach run. Then the next boat we looked at was a stunning 41 Island Trader. She's a great blue water vessel, but we weren't so fond of her center cockpit setup. After we were back at home, we ended our last day of the trip with a nice day at Higbee Beach.
As we wait for the smoke to clear and we watch our dreams appear, I know that we can rise together. This vision that we share is ours. Together we can touch the stars. I know that we will see December. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days.
Look, he likes it.
I think he does. Right? It was an awesome trip filled with so many new adventures. We're excited to sail up to Mystic and Acadia instead next time.